the approach is you read this paragraph,
Yes.
then you quickly tell yourself one sentence summary, very
Okay.
concise, very organized. Then you move on to this.
Yes.
As you're reading, you think about how is it relevant to the previous one. So you
Uh-huh.
want to combine the connections. They are connected somehow. It's not like one of them is about the LSAT, the other is about MCAT.
So
They
diagram is good here as well. Would we diagram a little bit or not really? Or
no
enough?
no diagrams. It wastes so much time diagramming on the
That's
reading.
it.
But
Okay.
you want to know how it's connected. Like maybe this paragraph talks about the theory, then this paragraph talks about the people who support the theory. Or
Okay.
this paragraph supports why the theory is correct. This
Yes.
paragraph talks about why it's wrong. You want to know the connection.
Got it.
You want to know the history. Or this paragraph talks about the history of the artist. The other one talks about the works of the artist or
Got it.
whatever. So we do it paragraph by paragraph, and as you go, we want to notice the connections between the paragraphs. So it becomes like one whole united thing in our head. So
Perfect. So I'm
Sam,
your student. What would you get me to do?
so first read this thing, please, and tell me the summary in one sentence, very
Sure.
organized.
Okay. The rationalizing of society can be conceptualized as the pursuit of efficiency, predictability, calculability, and control through technology. But rational systems inevitably spawn a series of rationalities. Systems result in compromising, perhaps in the undermining of their rationality. Whoa.
So
Okay. Hang on.
first, do you understand what you just read?
No, 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 I have to do it again.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. The rationalizing of society can be conceptualized as the pursuit of okay, so if we do pursuit of efficiency, predictability, calculability, and control through technology, we can be considered a rationalizing society. Can I say that?
Or I would do it the other way.
The
I
other
would
way.
say to be rational
To be
society,
rational
we have to do
means
this.
pursuit of efficiency and all
Yes.
bunch of stuff, all this
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. But rational systems inevitably spawn a series of irrationalities that result in the compromising. So, rational systems themselves have irrationalities
Exactly.
that result in the compromising and perhaps that messes things up, messes up their rationality.
Exactly. So
That's
you
it.
want to say,
Go ahead.
what does it mean to you? Like just in one sentence,
In one sentence, what I can tell is
or even in two sentences,
if you
just organized.
if you have as a society, if you have efficient, if you're rational, then you're efficient, predictable, calculable. But even if you're rational, you're still gonna face
Some difficulties.
some difficulties. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's it. Is that how you would?
Yes, that's perfect.
Cool.
And it just makes it so much more manageable, and it
Because I
tells the
have the main idea
students
in my head is the introduction.
and it tells you like it helps the students know exactly what to take away
Okay.
because a lot of it is just fluff. So I
Uh,
tell the students exactly what to take away and how to think about it, and then they replicate it on their own. It's like they get a perfect run and it's
okay.
easier to replicate it. So now, Sam, I want you to read the next one. And if you don't understand the sentence, we can discuss it. Otherwise, finish reading and we discuss. And
Sure.
as you're reading it, please think about how it's connected to the previous one.
That's what I should do, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fast food restaurants, which epitomize the rational model. Okay. Can I like highlight? Is that okay? Is that possible? Fast food restaurants, which try to be rational. Okay. Proffer? What's proffer? What? I don't know that word.
Even
Proffer.
let's assume we don't know the word. Can
Yeah,
you
that's
tell
fine.
me based on the context?
Sure, sure. Fast food restaurants, which epitomize the rational model, proffer the fastest means of getting from a hungry state to a sated one, fast without surprises at low cost in a car-like setting, suggesting that fun awaits the consumer at each visit.
So, do you know what proffer means?
No, not yet. One second. Fast food restaurants, which epitomize the rational model, proffer the fastest means, encourage the fastest means, utilize the fastest means of getting
Or
from
even offer?
offer.
But
Thanks.
yes, utilize is okay.
That's actually good. Yeah, proffer, offer, offer the fastest means of getting from a hungry state to a sated one. Yeah, full one.
Yes.
Non-hungry. without surprises at low cost in a carnival-like setting, suggesting that fun awaits the consumer at each visit. Okay, so this is how fast food. This is This is an example of a rational model, which are fast food restaurants, is what I'm getting from this restaurant. Is from this sentence, right?
Yes.
The wholesomeness
And
of the.
why do we jump to fast foods?
We want to give an example of a
Yes.
society that is rational,
Yes. Not a society, but
of
a
a
part of
system.
society. A business. Yes, system.
System.
Perfect.
Okay. The wholesomeness of the food seems an insignificant consideration. Whoa. The wholesomeness of the food seems an insignificant. Oh, so if the food is good or not is doesn't really matter. Whereas
Exactly.
in the past, working people were prepared to spend up to an hour preparing dinner. They now are impatient if a meal is not on the table within 10 minutes. Gotcha. Things have changed over time. For their part, some fast food restaurants have developed chairs that become uncomfortable after 20 minutes to ensure that diners do not stay long. Why did they say this? I don't know. Why would they? There, but some fast food restaurants, because they want people to eat as fast as possible and then they leave. Okay,
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly. And
What do you want me to do now?
what is the last part trying to tell you?
That things are different in the past versus now. In the past, people would spend time prepping dinners,
Exactly.
but now they've changed. They're impatient. They just want to get it done with, right?
Exactly. So it's very, we want quickness, right?
I see.
And does this have any disadvantages, for example? Does the passage say any disadvantage here?
Is this what undermines their rationality almost? Oh, I think I'm
You
getting.
can
Yeah, because the
kind of,
past.
but we haven't like reached there, right?
Okay, gotcha. What's your
I
question?
would say the disadvantage is what is like the problem with this model? The passage
Um,
mentions it.
in the past, I don't really see a problem. Is it saying that there's a problem?
Become uncomfortable after 20 minutes. This
Oh,
can be a problem for the consumers,
for the consumer.
right? So the fast food is just focusing on the time to get you the food as fast as possible, and the consumers are impatient. But at the
That could
same
be a
time,
possible problem. Yeah.
it's a, I would say maybe even it's a small drawback, maybe it's not huge, but
Gotcha.
it still is saying, oh, this is not perfect. And your very, very good job. Like probably in the next passages, it will tell us why it's irrational.
Got it.
Maybe
Okay,
this is a foreshadow.
cool. You're really good. Again, now back to fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants have preferentially recruited adolescent help. This is actually true. I only see like 16, 17-year-olds at McDonald's and seriously, yeah, El Pollo Loco and places like that. Um, at least until recently, because this age group adjusts more easily than adults do to surrendering their autonomy to machines, rules, and procedures. Okay, few skills are required on the job, so workers are asked to use only a minute portion of their abilities. Okay. This policy is irrational from the standpoint of the organization, since it could obtain much. Okay, so coming back to the irrationality here. Well,
Sorry.
that's okay. I'm not going to highlight, that's fine. This policy is irrational from the standpoint of the organization, since it could obtain much more from its employees for the money it pays them. These minimal skill demands are also irrational from the perspective of the employees who are not allowed to think or to respond creatively to the demands of the work. That's it. You're right. So then it was saying how fast food restaurants are irrational, sorry, are a rational business model, rational system, but hey, here are some irrationalities that come with the bullshit that, sorry, the bad practices that they follow.
Exactly. So it's elaborating on this passage on the second paragraph,
Yeah.
the fast food model. And as you mentioned, it's talking about the irrationalities that result. And you should think about it. Like, is the author like really liking the fast food model?
No, 100% no.
Yes, I would say definitely there is like some
So
reservations.
as I'm reading this passage, Tina, you want me to always keep the tone of the author in my head, right?
Yes, tone of the author, how they are all connected also. So we start with the main idea, rationalizing it and its irrationalization of it. Then we give an example through fast food. We
Got it.
elaborate on how this is actually in practice.
Cool. So far, I should not be looking at the questions. What am I doing?
And you just weave through the passage,
Okay.
connecting the paragraphs
Okay.
and remembering the most important thing.
Sure.
The most important thing is keeping together why things are rational or irrational
Got it.
and how that impacts us.
Perfect. Yep. I think I have that in my
For
head.
example, irrationality will make the employees.
Are going to be dumb. They're not allowed to use their brains, essentially.
Ye-
Robotic. They make the employees into robots, basically.
Yes.
Cool.
So next paragraph, please.
It looks like the next paragraph is basically describing yeah, so these restrictions lead to high levels of resentment, job dissatisfaction, alienation, absenteeism, and turnover among workers in fast food franchises. So it's talking about the drawbacks of this irrationality.
Yes.
So I can tell the author hates this, basically. It doesn't like it.
Yes.
But in
Exactly.
fact, these businesses have the highest turnover rate of any industry in the United States. I agree. The entire workforce of the fast food industry, you're so right. Once I kind of have the main idea in my head, I can breeze through it. I can just, right?
The
And
first paragraph was maybe the hardest.
you're right.
If you understand the first one correctly, second one correctly, it snowballs becomes easier and easier
Perfect.
and easier. If
In
you don't
fact,
understand them, it's opposite. It snowballs to become more difficult.
crazy. In fact, these businesses have the highest turnover rate of any industry in the US. The entire workforce of the fast food industry turns over 3 times in a year. Although the simple, repetitive nature of the work makes it easy to replace those who leave, the organization would clearly benefit from keeping employees longer. The costs of hiring and training are magnified when the turnover rate is makes sense. Perfect drawback. So that's it. The way I would label this paragraph is just an example of how awful these practices are.
Exactly. The
Cool.
drawbacks. Perfect.
Yeah. The application of the rational model to the house building process. Oh, okay, so now we're done with fast food.
Exactly.
Gotcha. The application of the rational model to the house building process in the application of the rational model to the house building process in the 50s and 60s led to suburban communities consisting of nearly identical structures. Rational leads to identical structures in the 50s. Okay. Indeed, it was possible to wander into the residence of someone else and not to realize immediately that one was not at home. An example of how that is the case. The more expensive developments were superficially more diversified, but their interior layouts assumed residents who were indistinguishable in their requirements. Okay, so this paragraph is an example of a rational model and how
It's bad still,
basically, yeah. I'm
or
not
it's
sure
not
if it's
ideal.
bad though.
I
Does it say
think
that? Does it say that?
it's very judgmental that it says, oh, you wander into the
I
residence of
could
someone
go.
else, not to realize that you were not at home.
Understood.
And it says, oh, it was superficially diversified, so not really.
Understood. Okay.
And you just have to like the thing you take away should
Yeah.
be that we are discussing a second one, second example of
Okie dokie.
rationalization
Of a rational
leading to
model
trouble.
on top of fast food. Got it.
Yes.
Genius. Okay. Furthermore, the plant communities themselves look very similar. It's essentially elaborating on why it sucks. Established trees are bulldozed to facilitate construction. Um, in their place, a number of saplings held up by posts and wire are planted. Streets are laid out in symmetrical grid patterns. With such uniformity, suburbanites may well enter the wrong subdivision or become lost in their own. Again,
So at
it's
this point, like what does rationality do? Like what is rationality doing here? It
rationality is
makes
confusing the residents of these communities because they can't even tell what's their own street and what's not their own street.
exactly. So a drawback would be that rationality treats you as not an individual.
It treats you as a number or
Exactly.
as a yeah.
Everyone is the same.
Cool.
Same goes for the fast food, right? If they give you
Yes,
your
sir.
food fast, they ask you to leave dot dot dot.
That's it. Robotic. Okay. Many of Steven Spielberg's films are set in such suburbs. Spielberg's strategy is to lure the viewer into this highly repetitive world and then to have a completely unexpected event occur. Okay. For example, the film Poltergeist takes place in a conventional suburban household in which evil spirits ultimately disrupt the sameness. The spirits first manifest themselves through another key element of the homogeneous society, the television set. Okay. The great success of Spielberg's films may be traceable to a longing for some unpredictability, even if it's bizarre and menacing in increasingly routinized lives. Got you. So this
So,
paragraph over here serves as an example as to why Spielberg's film is good, because it goes away from rationality into irrationality to spark, and the viewers like it.
and it reinforces the sameness. What else in the passage was same?
I mean, the everything, the fast food restaurants,
What about the fast food? Like what type, what part of it was the same?
it treats everyone the same. It serves the same food to everyone, gets them to leave, or no, no.
Also, yes,
I'm
but
missing,
also
I'm missing something.
I didn't mention it because I wanted you to mention it at the end.
Also, the employees are treated
Exactly.
okay,
The employees do what?
robotically, don't use their brains, they don't use their.
Exactly. It says they surrender their autonomy to rules and procedures. Few skills are
Gotcha.
required, dot, dot, dot. They are not allowed to think. So it's the sameness in job too. So
Great.
sameness in housing, sameness in job, and then the last paragraph also talks about sameness. So the theme is this, right? That
Now, this
rationality,
is actually a cool passage. I like this. I'm glad we read it. This is a
it's
cool,
much more interesting than the LSAT. LSAT is much more boring.
really, that's how the reading comprehension is on the LSAT.
So I want you to,
Okay.
usually I would say like you should summarize the passage back to me, but I think you understand,
I think
right?
I got it. Yeah, I think the as questions should be easy now.
You should also predict it. Like read this thing and tell me what you think.
Sure. The author's argument suggests that the primary motivation of employers who make humans work with machines is to, I would say, you want me to predict it. The author's
Yes.
argument suggests that the primary motive of employers who make humans work with machines is to get them to surrender to their environment and not think creatively. And yeah, that'll be my prediction.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So which one do you
The
think?
product, reduce the cost of wages and benefits, avoid seeming to be behind. Avoid seeming to be behind the times. What? Increase the uniformity of procedures. D.
Exactly.
Cool. Because everything has to be standardized, rational. Sweet. A common thread in the discussion of, can you not show me the answers, please? Can you just scroll?
Sorry.
It's okay. A common thread in the discussion of fast food and the discussion of suburban housing is that people today, my prediction is going to be, are either treated as the same or are impatient. No. A common thread in the discussion of fast food and the discussion of suburban housing is that people today are more impatient and, but how does it relate to, wait,
How does being impatient relate to suburban housing?
you're right. Let me think about it. I actually don't know. I don't know how the suburban communities,
Like
wait,
at the very minimum, you can say the thing we discussed. What was the
sameness,
same?
sameness, same
Like at the
structures,
very least, you can say that.
same structures. People today like uniformity, like the sameness, like the
I wouldn't say people like it. I would say the system
system.
does
But
that.
but unfortunately, the question asked me about people though. It says people today. So I'm trying to. Can I look at the answer choices?
Yes.
I feel like sometimes it's hard to predict, but let me see. Are increasingly resistant to the regimentation of life. Expect their needs to be met at the lowest possible cost. Allow themselves to be treated as interchangeable. Yes, C.
Yes. I think if you like notice the sameness, it becomes like because if you're same, you're interchangeable.
Interchangeable. Understood. Your vocabulary has to be good. Someone's vocabulary has to be good here as well, you know? Has to be great. Cool. Let's go to the next one.
Information in the passage.
Oh, that's it. Information
I
the
have blocked answers.
cool, thanks. Information in the passage suggests that a rationalized travel agency would emphasize, this should be easy, would emphasize Travel agency, travel agency. Traveling to the same exact places, getting the same tickets, or let me see the answer choices.
Exactly, something about being the same.
Yeah. Plan tours to popular attractions with a combination of large hotels. Kind of makes sense. Computerized systems to provide low-cost, customized itineraries. No. Personnel trained to make reservations but with little experience as travelers. Ooh. Procedures that encourage problem-solving initiatives by man. No, definitely not D. Plan tours to popular attractions. A.
Exactly.
Cool. Popular.
Everyone is going to
Popular
the
is my
same.
giveaway. Popular
Exactly.
is my giveaway. Yeah, it's the sameness. Cool. Sina, you're a genius.
Sam, you're the genius. You're the one
Oh,
getting them all right.
no, I'm just the one who's learning from you. It's crazy. It's just you made it so easy for me that you're leaving me with no choice but to get the answers right. So that's suppose that the employee responses to working conditions in fast food franchises. Suppose that the employee responses to working conditions in fast food franchises also apply to entry-level assembly line workers. In light of this information, the author's main point in mentioning these responses is, in light of this information, the author's main point in mentioning these what responses?
You have to go up, right? Suppose that the employee responses to working conditions in fast food
Okay, got it, got it.
also apply. So what are the responses in paragraph 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the employees saying?
They surrendered to their oh that paragraph. Oh, resentment, job dissatisfaction, alienation, all that stuff, all the bad stuff,
Yes.
and then the highest turnover rate. Got it. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's go back down. Employee responses to working conditions, franchises. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the paragraph. I forgot the paragraph 4. Also apply to entry level assembly line workers. In these, we're going to mention these response is that I don't know. People hate it. People don't. People are not happy. Employees are not happy.
Do you understand your task?
The
What
author's
is the
main point in mentioning these responses is that rational model sucks.
yes? And the author's main point would be like what?
We should
So
not.
if these
We
problems,
should not go to rational. We should not apply rational model all the time. We should have a balance of the two or something like that.
okay, yes.
The author's main point in mentioning these responses is strengthened.
So maybe first you should decide, is it weakened or strengthened?
I'm sorry. It weakens the rational model. It weakens the rational model of doing things.
But what about the author's main point?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me read. Let me read. 1 second. Weakens. Says the fast food industry is not unique in suppressing creativity. You're right. I don't know what the main point of the author is. That rational models are not good.
Okay, so if the same complaints are
Uh-huh.
done by the assembly line workers, what
Okay.
happened?
Then it strengthens the point that the rational models are in fact not good.
Yes. Perfect.
Right. Okay. So weakens are gone. So strengthened, since predictability and employee turnover are associated in another context. Since low wages and job dissatisfaction are associated in another context. Whoa, this is not easy. C or D. Since predictability, don't help me. And employee turnover is low. Are we talking about low wages?
In
Did we mention
what
that?
do you think?
No, C. I'll go with C. I might be wrong though.
Perfect.
Why is D incorrect?
Because the author's point here in paragraph 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about resentment, job dissatisfaction, alienation, absenteeism. It's not about the payment. It's about that they don't have much autonomy.
Got it. So we never mentioned low wages, did we?
No.
No.
And the point is not that they are,
Excellent.
since low wages and job satisfaction are associated, that doesn't matter. It's the fact that there is a big turnover. Does
Amazing.
that make sense?
That see now this absolutely makes sense.